What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So today it's just going to be a little chat about Union Arena, the English release, which is due later this year. I want to talk about my expectations and my predictions. Now, obviously, they're completely opinion based. Anything can happen, but just based on what I see and what I think about it, this is what I personally think will happen. And I just want to put that opinion out there. I don't want anyone not knowing I have that opinion, and I make other Union Arena videos looking at sets, openings, or I stock Union Arena on my site when it comes out, and I don't want anyone to think that this wasn't my opinion. But anyway, right to the point. So I think when Union Arena comes out in English, I think the initial release will do very well. I think sales will do extremely well. I've said it time and time again, the IPs that they release, I think will do better in the West. All those popular shonen IPs are more suited to casual fans. I think initially the release will go very well, and there's a reason for that. It's new and exciting. Whenever anything new and exciting comes out, people want to try it out. They want to get involved. They want to see what it's about. It's no different to when Pokemon release new sets. Like, there's always that new set hype, and the previous set or the previous few sets drop off. Like, it's just normal for people to want to be up to date with the newest things and open them and try them out, especially when it's a new TCG. The same thing happens when a new TCG comes out all the time. Like, same thing with MetaZoo, and obviously that didn't last long. And all these Kickstarter TCGs that came out, that first initial release generally goes quite well, and then it drops off. Now, obviously, Union Arena by Bandai isn't just some Kickstarter TCG, but I still think it's going to be similar. I think the initial release is going to be fantastic. I think it's going to go really well. People are going to be really excited and pick up some of these sets, open some of these packs, maybe start collecting a little bit. Now, do I think it can last? Will it stand the test of time? I think what will happen is it will have a successful release and the interest will drop off naturally. Like, it's no longer new. It's no longer a new TCG to explore. Of course there's going to be new sets that come out. And of course there's going to be people that come into it and stay in it and they want to continue collecting or playing. Now, as far as I'm aware, when it's released in Japan, the playability side of things didn't go too well. I do want to do a video actually or maybe even a stream where I play or learn to play it on stream or on a video, because you can just go on the website and do like a short tutorial. But yeah, as far as I'm aware, people aren't that keen on the way it plays and its playability. And it seems like Union Arena is just very focused on the collector side of things. But I do think my honest opinion from just what I expect to happen is that be a fantastic release. And then over the next year or two, it's got potential there for it to then drop off. Now, anything could happen. Look at Japanese, when it first released, actually didn't do that well. The first few sets had to be heavily discounted to like half price to just get rid of stock. So obviously that was very different, and it seems to be picking up more now that in terms of what they're putting inside products. Originally those first few sets, there weren't voice actor signatures or anything like that. It's just stamped cards or shiny cards, right? Now we're getting pen signed, serialized cards, like hand signed by voice actors with a serial on it. That's not every IP, and I wouldn't expect that to be every set whatsoever. Like, that is a big ask, right? But depending on how English goes, I mean, it's coming out starting with Hunter x Hunter and Bleach, both with signed cards by the voice actors, which were not present in the Japanese release, but will be in English. So yeah, I think initially, that first release will go very well. And for the first few months, it's going to be a lot of hype, a lot of excitement. Now, there's so many things that can come into play, right? It's Bandai. The release, for starters, isn't even coming to Europe. So I'm going to try and stock it on my website in the UK. I'm having to import that from the US. I can't get it at distribution. They do not stock it to Europe. So there's a lot of complexities. You know, they're barely able to keep up with printing one piece, let alone another TCG. They don't have the best track record. Look at Digimon, look at Dragon Ball Super. They started off really well and likewise dropped off quite quickly in the end. So I think, honestly, I think that potentially could very easily happen with Union Arena. It could drop off after a year, 2 years, 3 years, and maybe it won't match that initial release. Maybe it will though. You know, at the end of the day, if they start the releases off like this and then drop a JJK pen signed serialized set, that could easily change things. That could easily bring tons of people back in and generate a lot of interest and a lot of excitement for it to just to sort of blow up again. But personally, if I had to make a guess, if I had to just make an educated guess on how I feel, in my opinion, I think its release will do really, really well. And I think over time, it could very easily drop off. Now, does that mean I'm not going to make videos on it or not going to buy any of the product or open it? No, yeah, I'm going to do that. Like, regardless of that and what I think is going to happen, I'm still excited for it. I'm still excited to see this come to English. I'm still excited to open a box when it comes to English, see what it's like, see what I hit. You know, I'm still excited for these sets and its release. It doesn't change the fact that, you know, I'm not going to buy it and not going to open some and pretend to not be excited about it just because I think in a few years it might not still be doing well at all. Like, you know, obviously if you're asking to invest in it, now that's a completely different story, right? If you're investing in it, then yeah, you do have to take that into account. If you're thinking of buying certain product, buying certain cards, putting a certain amount of money into that TCG, then yeah, the fact that I think a few years down the line, there's a very likely chance that it might not be as popular as its initial release. I think that would be a big risk. But that doesn't change the fact that I still want to open some casually. I still want to collect some of it casually because I'm excited for it and because I think it's going to be really fun. But yeah, I mean, that's just my personal opinion. You know, as I said, I will be trying to stock it on my site. Who knows what will happen with distribution and allocations and things like that, because potentially it will get allocated the same as, you know, One Piece has had issues with. So if that happens, then maybe I won't get any, but I'm not putting it up for pre-order on my website until release day. You know, once I've had confirmation that those boxes, those cases are being shipped to me, that's when I'll list it up. I don't want to let anyone down when it's just, you know, unfortunately it's not coming to Europe at the moment and it means having to import it like this. And, you know, who knows what will happen with the supply. So that's that's just my opinion. That's how I think and feel about it. Really curious as to know what you guys think. You know, the fact that it's not very playable could really affect how long the game lasts as well, how long it stays popular. You know, there's so many things to take into account, but just having seen and been in TCGs for, you know, quite a few years, the past sort of, like, I don't even know how long it's been, sort of 6 years of collecting now. You know, especially with the amount of Kickstarters that have come and gone, new TCGs that this happens with, there's a lot of excitement, drops off. You know, Digimon came out, Bandai product. Digimon came out, you know, was really popular, dropped off. Same with some of their other TCGs. So be really interesting to watch. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed my little rant, my personal opinion out there on the internet. I kind of wanted to put it out there because, yeah, I didn't want to make these videos and I guess look like I'm hyping something up when I personally think in a few years it's not going to be like as big as it will on release. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there so you guys are aware. And you know, it's not me hyping it, I'm just making content on things that I'm excited about and I'm interested in. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, please hit like. If you're not subscribed and you're watching at this point, please hit subscribe. You got so far in the video, you know, just hit the button. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.